Hi guys, I think I'm live now. We are trying something new here. In addition to what we normally do, we are having a new setup. So that is what we wanted to try out today. Do let me know if everything is good, if you can see me, if you can hear me. If everything is good, then we'll start the session. So you can post your queries. I'll be answering your doubts also. There might be some small delay. I know that many of you wanted to know how long this session will be. This will not be a very long session because this is the first time we are doing it in this new setup. We just wanted to ensure that everything is going smoothly. So this session will be for maybe say around 1.5 hours. But after maybe from next week also, if everything is working well, then we'll have much longer sessions, maybe starting from next week. But this will be a session for maybe around say 1.5 hours. I'm looking at solving around 15 questions. So I'll be posting the question here, and I'll give you around say 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes to solve it. And once you finish solving it and once the timer is over, then I'll come and I'll explain. That is basically what I'm looking to do. So we can get started. If you have just joined the stream, please do like the session, please do share it with your friends so that we can get started. I'll just wait for another 1 or 2 minutes, and after that I'll start the session. Alok Takshak is saying, sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm at a crossroads. I have to make a choice between doing BCom from North Campus in DU or BCom Honors from South Campus DU. Which one is better for CAT? I don't think it really matters. Basically, to do well in CAT, you have to ensure that you have time to prepare for CAT. So figure out what will make you study harder. That I think is the only thing. Which institute you study in won't really make a big difference as far as CAT is concerned. Okay guys, let us get started. Let me post the first question. This is the first question. You will have a time. The timer is there at the top. We have 3 minutes and I want you to solve it. Kiran Kumar is saying this setup is quite good. Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. I'll stand towards the edge. Maybe I'll be here. You can see the question, and once the question is over, I'll come and I'll explain it. Maybe I can increase the font size a little so that you can read it more. Surendra is saying, sir, I've started my prep in July and come up with average knowledge in quants. Can I get into some IIMs? See, first thing is you have to believe that you can do it. You should have that. Confidence that I can improve myself in the next 4 months. Keep motivating yourself and try to target high. If you have some knowledge, complete the entire syllabus. Complete at least arithmetic, algebra, geometry, all of these things. I think that should be a start. Let me see if I can sit down here while you guys are solving it. Once the timer is done, I'll start explaining it. Bhavishya Hure is saying, BTech student with 18 months of work experience, please advise my target percentile to get into tier 1. Bhavishya, I don't want to get into the profile reviews because if I answer one person's profile, I'll get a lot of profile review requests. But I plan to do a profile review session on Instagram on Monday. This Monday, that is day after tomorrow, I'll be doing a profile review session on the Cracku Instagram page. You can check it out. Be live at around 7 p.m. Then I'll answer your queries. I can answer your query, Bhavishya, but the only reason is if I answer it now, I know that the entire chat will be about the profile reviews. So I don't want to answer any profile review. What we can also do is you can go to the Cracku percentile predictor. There you can check out the percentile that you would need to get into a top IIM. You have to just enter your profile details and then we will let you know how much you need to score. If you get the answer, please do message in the chat. Utkarsh Ranjan is saying, sir, what is your views on PGDBA course of IIM Calcutta? I think PGDBA course is very analytical, but I think it's a pretty good course. I would prefer the usual flagship course of IIM Calcutta, but PGDBA by itself is also a good course. Ishan Mishra is saying, sir, when will the CAT forms get released this year? I think CAT forms will release maybe in the next few weeks, maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Guys, we have more than 100 people who are watching the stream live. Please do like the stream and please do share it with your friends. Okay, many people got it correct. Let me try to answer this question now. I think I'll first tell all the people who got it correct. I think Ritika Sinha, Anamika, Mitesh, Rashi, Madhuvanthan, Vikas, all of them got it correct. So let me try to answer it. So in this question, we are told that in a certain group of families living together in a certain locality of Bangalore, 35% of the people own a smart television, 25% own a luxury hatchback, 55% own neither a smart television or a luxury hatchback, 15 families own both of them. How many families are there in a group? Whenever you see this kind of a question, whenever you see that there is an overlap between what people can own or what people can do, whenever there are two things and some people can do both, some people can do one, some people can do neither, it is a question which involves Venn diagrams. So basically draw two Venn diagrams. One is a smart luxury TV. The other is a hatchback. This I think is the smart television and I think this is the hunchback. Let us assume that the total number of students who are part of this is say 100x. What is given to us? What is given to us is that 35% of the families own a smart television. So the number of families which own a smart television is 35x. What is the number of families which own a luxury hatchback? The number of families which own a luxury hatchback is 25%. So this is, I don't know why this is red, but yeah, assume that this will be 25x. So, and we are also told that the number of families, okay, I think I got it, yeah. So the number of families which own neither of them is 55%. So 25x own a hatchback and the number of families which own neither of them is 55x. So this is 55x. So the number of families which own at least one of a smart television or a luxury hatchback will be 100x minus 55x, which is 45x. So if you assume that the overlap between smart television and hatchback is say A, if this is A, the number of families which own only a luxury hatchback will be 35x minus A. And the number of families which own only a hatchback will be 25x minus A. The sum of all three of them has to equal 45x, which is the number of families which own at least one of the two parameters. So this would imply that 35x minus A plus 25x minus A will be 60x minus A. So 60x minus A is equal to 45x, or the value of A is 15x. Now what we are told is that this 15x is given to us, that 15x we are told is 15 families. So if 15x is equal to 15, the value of x will be equal to 1, and therefore the number of families which are there in the group, which is equal to 100x, will be equal to 100, which is option B. Let us look at the next question. I'll also give you time for this. Again, I'm giving 3 minutes for this. Let me sit down here so that you have some time to solve it, and if you have any doubts with respect to the question, you can ask me. Mukund is saying, sir, by the time QA comes in the mock, my brain is already a bit tired. How do I remain constant focus throughout? I think it is important that you develop your mental stamina. It is a very important thing, and many people suffer from this, where people lose their concentration as the exam comes, exam drags on. So do certain things to improve. You can start gymming. If you improve your physical stamina, your mental stamina also increases. You can try things like meditation, yoga, all of these things will improve your focus. Ankit Dubey saying, sir, is bar bhi cat doge kya aap? The thing is, what I feel is, people who are worried about whether I take cat or not are already starting on the defensive. What I would tell people is, focus on your attempt. That is more important than whether I take the exam or not. Whether I take the exam or not has no real implication to whether you do well or not. So why are you worried about whether I take it or not? If you're already worried about whether I take a mock or not, or whether I take the exam or not, I think you are already not in the right frame of mind to do well in the examination. And yeah, the answer for that is I'm not so sure. I'm in two minds whether to take it or not. Sometimes I feel like taking it, sometimes I feel I don't want to take it. So as of now, I haven't decided. Advika Agarwal, sir, one doubt, what is the difference between repeater batch and normal batch that goes on? I think repeater batch we are mostly focused on people who have already taken CAT. We assume that people who are part of the repeaters batch have already scored around say 80 percentile in the examination. So we are focusing more on solving and practicing for the repeaters batch. Guys, more than 100 students are watching the stream live. Please do like the stream and please do share it with your friends. Vishwesh is saying, sir, hi, good afternoon. After CAT 2025 exam, when will you start the next batch for aspirants who are aiming for 2026? We have actually already started a batch for CAT 2026 students. If you are looking to enroll to it, please do let us know your phone number or please do send a mail. Our email address is support@cracku.in. We will get in touch with you. The CAT 2026 batch is mostly focused on students who are taking CAT next year. So the way teaching will be done or the concepts will be done will be much slower. So that because we have time, we want to make good use of it. So if you're looking to enroll for CAT 2026, I don't think there is any reason to wait for CAT 2025 to be over. You can already enroll for it. Okay. I think the time is up, so let us try to answer this. So in this question, we are told that there is a granite stone. The price of the stone is directly proportional to the square of its weight. So if you assume that the weight is W, the price is of the form K into W square, because this is directly proportional to the square of the weight. Now the stone broke into 4 parts and the weights are in the ratio of 2:4:7:11. So if you assume that the weights are 2, so if you assume that the weights are 2, 4, 7 and 11, what was the original weight? The original weight was 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 11, which is 24. The 24 became into 4 parts, 2, 4, 7 and 11. What is the price of the stone which is worth 2 kgs? That will be, because it is directly proportional to the square of the weight, it will be 4k. And what is the price of the stone that is worth 4 kgs? That will be 16k. And price of the stone which is weighing 7 kgs will be worth 49k. And similarly, the price of the stone which is weighing 11 kgs is 121k. So the total price of all 4 of them will be the sum of 4k plus 16k plus 49k plus 121k. This, if you add up, will be 190k. Now suppose you are breaking this 24, the original stone, into 4 equal parts. All 4 of them will be worth 6k, 6k and 6k and 6k. The price of this stone will be again directly proportional to the square of its weight. So this will be 36k. The price of this one also will be 36k, this one also will be 36k and this one also will be 36k. So overall the total price will be 144k, which is 4 times 36k. And therefore the decrease in the price will be 190k minus 144k, which is equal to 46k. Now this decrease has been given to us. We are told that this 46k is equal to 73,600. So this 46k is 73600, or the value of k is equal to 73600 divided by 46, which will come to equal 1600. Now what are we told? We are asked to calculate the original cost of the granite stone. The original weight is 24 kgs. It is 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 11. So the original cost will be again proportional to the square of its weight, which will be 24 square into k, which is equal to 576 into 1600. This will be equal to 921,600. which is 9,61,000, 9,21,600, which is option C. Let us look at the next question. Let the timer be started and you have 3 minutes. Let us try to answer it. Let me increase the zoom. Vivin R is saying, hi KVMV Kiran sir. Hi dude, how do you know my full name? It's interesting. Yeah, my name is KVMV Kiran. Good to see. Vivin is saying, sir, this is Vivin. You are my senior in MVP Public School. Want to say hi to you. Okay, hi Vivin. Nice to meet you. I have 16 years of experience, 7, 9, 5.5 bad accounts. I want to write CAT and do MBA. Suggest me best college I can aim for. Okay, Vivin, if you are in Hyderabad, just come over to our office. We can meet once. We can discuss old times, how things were. And then we can look at what is the best thing for you and for your career. Gaming Updated is saying, one second, let me see. Sir, this is, sir, is 2025 mock test series of Cracku will be different from CAT 2024 because I have purchased the CAT 2024 mock test series. I mean, questions will be different or same. I'm planning to buy 2025 mock series. The 2025 mocks are completely new. We are making them completely from scratch. So you should definitely not worry as to whether it is the same or not. You can go ahead and enroll for it. I think already 6 dash cats are over. They're taken by thousands of students and they're in the latest pattern with video solutions, which I record. So I think it will be good for you. Sir, up to what date I can expect movements in UM? I'm not so sure, man. I'll look at and we'll write a blog on it. I'll look it up. Many people are writing the answer, but read the question carefully, guys. Because all the numbers in the set are given to be positive integers. Hi Dhruv Upadhyay. Many people have gotten this question correct. Okay, the time is up. Let me try to answer this. So what is given in this question? We are told that the average of n integers is 50. When 76 is added to this set, the average of the numbers increases by 2. Find the maximum value of any integer in the set given that every integer in this set is a positive integer. So what you have to figure out in this case is what is the number of integers in the set. Once you figure out what is the number of integers in the set, you can easily calculate the total of all the integers and then you can try to maximize the maximum integer or whatever integer is largest. The whole point of this question is trying to figure out what is the integer or what is the number of integers which are part of this set. So let us assume that the number of integers which are part of this set is n. So what is the total of all of those integers? Initially the total is 50n. Now 76 is added to this set. So what is the total number of integers now? Earlier they were n. This number 76 is added. So the total number of integers is n plus 1. And what is the number of integers? The number of integers is n plus n and their total will be 50n plus 76. So what we are essentially told is that 50n plus 76 is given to us and this is equal to n plus 1 which is the total number of integers now, into their new average, and we are told that the average of the numbers increases by 2. So earlier the average is 50, now the average increased by 2, so this is equal to 52. So this would imply that 50n plus 76 is equal to 50n, sorry, this is 52n plus 52, or the value of 2n is equal to 24, or the value of n is 12. So what we can infer is that there were 12 integers in this particular case. The initial average is 50. So what is the total of all of these numbers? There are 12 integers, the total is 50. So the total is 50n, which is equal to 600. So we have 12 integers like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Suppose they are arranged in descending order. This is the integer which you want to maximize. So you want to minimize all of these integers, but all of them have to be positive integers. It is given to us that all of them have to be positive integers. So this would imply that all of them have to be equal to 1. We are trying to minimize their sum. So these 11 will total to 11. So the maximum integer over here will be 600 minus 11, which is equal to 589. There are many people who got this question correct. I'll read out their names after this question. Let us look at the next question. Like I mentioned earlier, guys, we have an Instagram page. This is an Instagram page which we update very regularly. There are more than 40,000 people who are watching or following this Instagram page. I plan to do live sessions, Cracku exam page. I'll be doing the profile reviews live. I plan to do at least one such live session every week in the evening. The next upcoming live session is on Monday. It is at 7:30 p.m. So Monday 7:30 p.m. So Monday 7:30 p.m. or maybe 7 p.m. So Monday 7 p.m. I'll be doing a profile review stream live. On the Cracku exam page, which is the Cracku Instagram page. So I would really request you all to actually follow us on Instagram. We are putting a lot of effort to put up information which is useful to students. I think this will be very useful for you. So please do consider following it. Let us look at the next question. This is the next question. Again, I'll give you 3 minutes time. I think it has already started on its own. The people who got the earlier question correct were Prashant Ravi, Sanindhya Pataria, Amal Ashok, Ashish Saha, Mr. Vic and Sonima Dwivedi. Many people got this question already correct. Madhuvanthan, Mr. Vik, Siddharth Patani, Kshitej, Gautam, Dhruv Upadhyay, Shubham, Kiran Kumarjay, all of you got it correct. There were some other questions about how to attempt questions. I'll explain it after this question is over. We have more than 100 people who are watching the stream live, guys. Please do like the stream. Okay. In this question, we are told that the mean and the median of 5 natural numbers is 6. The only mode is 10. What is the sum of the highest and the lowest numbers? Now, before you answer this question, you need to first know what is the mean, what is the median, and what is the mode. Suppose you are given a bunch of numbers. Suppose you are given 5 numbers or 6 numbers. In this particular case, we will assume that it is 5 numbers, but it can be any number of numbers. But just for the sake of this question, because it is told that there are 5 natural numbers, suppose we are given 5 numbers. Suppose these are the 5 numbers. What is the mean of these numbers? The mean of these numbers is the sum of all of these 5 numbers divided by 5. So if you add up all of these numbers, this plus this plus this plus this plus this, you are going to get some sum. That sum divided by 5 is equal to the mean. Cold water. This is the mean. Mean is basically the sum divided by 5. What is the median? If you arrange the 5 numbers in ascending order, this is 5. Suppose the first number is less than the second number, is less than the third number, is less than the fourth number, is less than the fifth number. Then the middle number, this number, will be the median. Sum divided by 5 is the mean. Mean is basically just another word for average. Mean is average. Median is the middle number when you arrange it in ascending order. And what is mode? Mode is the number which is repeated most number of times. Suppose amongst the 5 numbers, you have one number which is repeated 4 times or 3 times. Then that number will be the mode. Suppose there is a number which is repeated 2 times and no other number is repeated 2 times. Suppose all the other numbers are distinct. There is only one number which is repeated 2 times. Then that number will be the mode. Mode is basically just the number which is repeated most number of times. In this particular case, the information that is given is that the mean is 6. Median is 6. So it would tell us 2 things. It would tell us that the sum of the numbers is equal to 30, which is mean into the number of numbers, which is 5. So that is equal to 30. The median is 6. So the middle number is 6. We are told that the only mode is 10. 6 is the third largest number. 6 is the number which is in the middle when you arrange the numbers in ascending order. Mode is 10 and it is the only mode. This would imply that this number has to be 10, this number has to be 10. So the total of these 3 numbers is 26. So the sum of these 2 numbers has to equal 4. Now there are multiple cases this can happen. Either these 2 numbers can be 1 and 3 or they can be 2 and 2. But in this particular case, we are told that there is only one mode. We were not told that 10 is one of the modes. If 2 is repeated 2 times, 2 will also be a mode. In that particular case, the mode will be 10 and 2. That is not the case, so we would imply that one of the numbers is 1 and the other number is 3. So the smallest number is 1, the largest number is 10. The sum of the smallest number and the largest number is equal to 11. Let us now look at the next question. Devi Singh is saying, sir, how do you get more than 20 questions correct in 40 minutes? Are you using a different method? I'll tell you what I do. I think I practice a lot of questions. Like even when I'm doing this stream, I have to solve a lot of questions, right? I have to pick the question, so I solve a lot of questions. I do a lot of streams, so I solve a lot of questions. I look at the video solutions or I record the video solutions for the daily targets. When I'm recording the video solutions for daily targets, I solve a lot of questions. I record the video solutions and I actually publish, and I actually am part of the Quant section for Dashcats. So I solve each of these questions multiple times. I record the videos for them. So in my day-to-day work, I solve hundreds and thousands of Quant questions. So I'm actually, because of that practice, I'm actually pretty good at Quant. The second thing which I think people should definitely follow is, in the examination, I don't get stuck in any question. If I feel that I'm spending more time in a question, my time limit that I give for every question is, I have to get 20 questions correct in 40 minutes, so I have to get every question correct in 2 minutes. There are some sitters which I get correct within a minute. But there are some questions which are lengthy and tricky. But whatever might be the question, I put a hard limit of 3 minutes. If I'm not able to solve any question within 3 minutes, I leave it and I go to the next one. And then the next one. Any question which is taking me more than 3 minutes, I just ignore it, I go to the next one, I mark it for review. And then I come back to this particular question after I have seen all the 22 questions. This way, I think my time management is very good in the Quant section, which I think is something that people also can try to follow. Just be very ruthless about when you are leaving a question and going to the next question. I think I didn't start the timer. I'll start the timer now. Guys, we have more than 130 people who are watching this stream live, which is very nice to see. Please do like the stream and please do share it with your friends. ADMI is saying, sir, how long will this session be? This session, unfortunately, will be for around, say, just 1.5 hours or so. Maybe it can extend to 2 hours, I'm not so sure. But this is the first time we are doing it with this kind of a board, the big board. So I didn't want to keep it to be a very long session, because this is something that we are trying for the first time. So I didn't know whether it will be good or not. So that is why we put it only for around 1.5 to 2 hours. But from next week, I plan to do longer streams for maybe, say, 2 or 3 hour streams on weekends, mostly on Saturday. So definitely keep your Saturday afternoons free. I plan to do these long sessions, the marathons, starting from next week. They will go on for, say, 2 or 3 hours. Okay, the time is up, so let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that 12 men complete the work in 10 days, 20 women complete the same work in 12 days, 8 men and 4 women started working, and after 9 days, 10 more women joined them. How many days will they take to complete the remaining work? So one man can finish the work in how many days? If 12 men are taking 10 days to complete the work. One man can complete it in 120 days. Similarly, one woman can complete the work in how many days? 20 women can complete the work in 12 days. So one woman can complete the work in 240 days. Now, whenever you are given the time it takes to finish a work, that is not super useful. What is important is the efficiency with which they actually do the work, or how much work they do in 1 unit time. That is, in 1 hour how much work that they do, or in 1 day how much do they do. That I think you can easily compare and add. So here we'll assume that the total work that needs to be done is the least common multiple of 120 and 240. You can assume this to be any number. You can assume this total work to be any number. But if you assume this to be the least common multiple, many of the calculations become easy. So this would be, say, 240 units. That we are assuming is the total work that needs to be done. Now, one man takes 120 days to do 240 units of work. So in 1 day, one man does how many units of work? He does 2 units of work. And one woman takes 240 days to do 240 units of work. So in 1 day, she does 1 unit of work. Now what we are told is, initially we have how many men? We have 8 men and 4 women. So 8 men and 4 women. How much work will they do in 1 day? One man does 2 units of work, one woman does 1 unit of work. So 8 men will do 16 units of work, 4 women will do 4 units of work. So in 1 day, this group does 20 units of work. And they work together for 9 days. So in 9 days, the amount of work which is done by them is 20 into 9, which is 180 units. Now what we know is that the total work that needs to be done is 240 units. 180 units was done by these guys. So how much work is left? The amount of work that is left is 60 units. What we are now told is 10 more women joined them. So initially we had 8 men and 4 women. Now we will be having 8 men and 14 women. Now 8 men will do 16 units of work, 14 women will do 14 units of work. So both of them together will do in 1 day 30 units of work. The total work that needs to be done is 60 units. This group is doing 30 units of work per day. So how much time will they take to finish the job? They will take 2 more days. So the answer for this question is option A, which is 2 days. Let us look at the next question. And let us start the timer. Guys, please do like the stream. We have 140 people who are watching the stream live. I want to get to as many likes as we can so that more people can join us next time. खुशी फाटक is saying, sir, please algebra का वो सारे mix questions का marathon करवा दीजिए. मैं करूँगा. मैं अगले हफ्ते से I plan to do a lot of streams. So keep your Saturday afternoons free, because every Saturday afternoon I plan to do a stream. It can be either in Quant or it will be in LRDA. Prashant Ravi is saying, sir, how many minutes will you consider should be allowed for one RC or one non-RC question in VRC? Also tell about the time that should be spent in when LRDA question. I'll tell you how I attempt the VRC questions. In VRC, my strategy is to attempt all the questions. So first, I go to the exam center actually in advance. I go at least 45 minutes in advance and I calm myself down before the exam starts. And initially, I'm still like pretty fresh, pretty refreshed. So I try to solve RCs, which I think are more energy intensive. You take more time to solve an RC. So I spend around the first two RCs, first two times I spend two RCs. That is what I would attempt first. Then I would go for some verbal questions. Then I would come back and solve the third RC. Then I go back and finish all the verbal questions. Now I'm left with only one RC. By this time I'm typically left with around 5 or 6 minutes. I don't give a lot of time for the last RC because the last RC is just before the LRDA section. So I'm not super focused on the last RC. I try to like calm down and focus on the LRDA section which is coming up. And so my accuracy in the last RC also is not always very high, but I get some marks there. This is basically my strategy. Now it is up to you how much time you want to spend. What I think is very important is you should read the passage only once. You should be able to understand what the passage is saying when you read it only once. That I think is a key skill which you will have to inculcate. And you will inculcate that if you read, if you develop a habit of reading. Okay, I think the time is up, guys. So in this question, a contractor was given work to be finished in 200 days. He hired 40 workers to finish the work in the given time. However, after 50 days, he found that only 20% of the work has been completed. Okay. What is the minimum total number of workers who he should be hiring to ensure that the project is completed on time? Assume that all the workers are equally efficient. So what is the information that we have? The information we have is that when 40 workers were working, after 50 days, the amount of work that is finished is only 20%. This is the information that we have. So the number of days it takes 40 workers to finish 100% of the job would be 250 days. So for 40 workers to finish the entire job, it would take them 250 days. Why is that the case? Because in 50 days, they finish 20% of the job, which is 1/5 of the total job. So 40 workers will take 250 days to finish the entire job. So one worker can finish this job in 250 into 40, which is equal to 10,000 days. To make the calculations easy and all, let us assume that one worker in one day does 1 unit of work. So what is the total work that needs to be done? The total work that needs to be done will be 10,000. This is 10,000 units. This is the total work that needs to be done. In 50 days, what is the work that was finished? In 50 days, 20% of the work was finished. So the units of work which were finished in 50 days is 2000. So the work remaining will be 8,000 units. This is the work that has to be completed. How much time is left? The work was supposed to be completed in 200 days. 50 days have elapsed. So the number of days which is remaining is 150. So 8,000 units have to be completed in 150 days. So in one day, the amount of work that has to be completed is 800 divided by 15, which is equal to 160 divided by 3, which is equal to 53.33 units. So they need to do 53.33 units of work per day to finish the work in the remaining time. Right now they have 40 workers who are doing 40 units of work per day, but the work that needs to be done is 53 units per day. So how many new workers should they hire? They have to hire at least 14 workers. If they hire 13 workers, the work that will be done is 53 units. But we want 53.33 units to be done. So we need to hire at least 14 workers. So the correct answer is option C. Let us look at the next question. Many guys have actually asked us about the upcoming batch. Whenever I do a stream, many people want to know when we are actually starting the next batch. Our batch, the next batch is starting on Monday. It is on the 7th of July. It is the Pioneer batch. In this batch, we will be giving you weekly revisions. In this video, we will be giving you concept videos, we will be doing weekly revisions, and we will also be giving you a day-wise schedule. If you are having any doubts about what is the day-wise schedule, in a day-wise schedule, we will be sending you a mail every day in the morning. We will be telling you what are the things that you have to do in that particular day. So we will be giving you a list of videos we want you to watch. We will be giving you a list of questions that we want to solve, so that at the end of the day, at least one concept or one topic you have covered completely. Every concept video is followed by a concept test. So that, because that is something that I believe in quite a lot, where watching a video will give you some confidence, but the real confidence you are going to get only when you solve questions. So every concept video is followed by a concept test, which will actually test your understanding of the given concept. In addition to it, you can book a slot where you will be given one-to-one mentorship. We actually have some mentors who are focused on solving the doubts that students have, which are more related to the strategy, or sometimes students feel that, okay, they're not improving. Some of the questions that they actually ask us is how to improve in reading comprehension. I'm putting in a lot of effort. My scores in mocks are not improving. Anything and everything which is maybe bothering you, you can ask the mentor. But you have to book a slot and our mentor will call you back. We have some mentors who are focused on actually just answering the mentorship calls. In addition to it, like all of you know, we also have the daily live classes. The daily live classes are at 8 p.m. and they will go on for around 1 to 1.5 hours. I take all the daily live classes on Monday. These are only for premium students. So Monday 8 p.m. is my slot. I will be teaching mostly Quant and LRDI. Saily's slot is on Tuesday. Mostly she'll be teaching every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So if you have any doubts with respect to any of our courses, you can always send a mail to support@cracku.in, or you can just call us on our support number. Let us now look at the next question. I know that Rinshad asked me about his profile. Hi sir, my profile is 10th 93 percentile. 12th, 99 percentile, very good. BBA 87 percentile, no work experience. What should be my percentile to get into Black Key? See, any one of you who is having any doubts about how much percentile you will need to get into the top institutes, I would say please do check out the calculator. I am called calculator on Cracku. You have to just Google search for Cracku I am called calculator, and then you will get a link where you have to enter your profile details, how much you scored in your 10th, how much you scored in your 12th. All of those things, if you enter, you will get your the percentile that is needed to get into any of these top institutes. I don't want to personally do a review because I feel that if I am doing a review, then most of the chat will become about profile review, which I don't want. I want to focus on solving these questions today. But if you have any doubts, you can join us on the profile review stream on the Cracku Instagram channel. We are doing a profile review stream on Monday at 7 PM on the Cracku Instagram channel. We will be doing a profile review stream, so you can join us at that time. Okay, let us try to answer this question, guys. In this question, we are told that Akash starts traveling in his bike from Hyderabad to Pune, such that he plans to reach Pune by 8 AM. After some time, he realizes that at his current speed, he would cover only 2/3 of the distance to Pune. So he increases his speed by 75% and reaches the destination on time. What fraction of the total distance did he travel at the initial speed? So let us assume that this is Hyderabad and this is Pune. Let me draw it. Let us assume that this is Hyderabad and Pune. This is Hyderabad and this is Pune. Suppose he was traveling initially at a speed of s. So let us assume that he is traveling at s and he traveled for a time of t1. So this distance that he initially traveled is s into t1. But after that, he realized that, okay, he was not going to reach the destination on time. So he increases his speed, and he increases his speed by how much? He increases his speed by 75%. So now the new speed is 1.75 s. And let us assume that the time that he spends is t2. So 1.75 into t2 is the second part, this part. So the total distance that he travels is st1 plus 1.75 st2, and the total time that he travels is t1 plus t2. Suppose he was going at the original speed. If he was going at the original speed, what is the total distance that he would travel? He would be continuing at s. His time would be t1 plus t2. So the total distance he would travel is s into t1 plus t2. But this distance that he would have traveled, we are told is only 2/3 of the total distance. So this will be the equation that you need to find. Once you find this equation, you can get the value of t1 and t2, or we can get the value of t2 in terms of t1. So here you are going to get 2t1 plus 2 times 1.75 st2, which is 3.5 t2, is equal to 3t1 plus 3t2. Or the value of t1 is equal to 0.5 t2. Or the value of t2 is equal to 2t1. So now again going back, this distance will be st1, which is the distance from the first point. The second distance is 1.5 s into t2, but t2 is 2 times t1. So this distance will be 3.5 s t1, because t2 is equal to 2 times t1. So the total distance he has to travel is st1 plus 3.5 st1, which is equal to 4.5 st1. So the fraction of the distance that he traveled at his initial speed will be st1 divided by 4.5 ST1, which is equal to 2 by 9. Let us look at the next question. Let me start the timer. Vinny S is saying, sir, I haven't started my preparation yet. Will the Pioneer batch help me cover everything in time? I'm a slow learner and very bad at math. What I would tell you, Vinny, is that this, I think, is a very good batch. We will be covering the entire syllabus in pretty good detail. We also try to go slow so that people who have just started can also get up to speed. But I would also tell you that you will have to put in the effort. You have around 4 months and you have to put in full effort because it's just 4 months. It's not like a lot of time. So I think if you put in the effort, we will definitely be there to help you. And I think this is a very good batch. A lot of students actually enroll to it. And any doubts that they have, which is conceptual, can always be asked during the live sessions. In the live sessions, we actually focus on solving questions. We first explain a concept and then we give some questions. So any doubt that you might have within those questions, you can always ask us in that particular time. And if you are looking for any help with the mentors, like I mentioned earlier, we do have mentors who are looking to answer queries that people have, especially people who have just about started preparing. So you can always ask us your doubts and you can schedule your mentorship slot and the mentor is going to call you back. Let us try to answer this particular question, guys. There is a person who is traveling at a certain speed from his office and he comes 5 minutes late. So let us assume that whenever you are given this kind of a question, that the speed of the person is, say, s. So at a speed of s, this guy reaches his office 5 minutes late. Let us assume that the time he needs to take, actual time that he should go to the office, is, say, t. What does this mean? This means that the distance to the office is s into t plus 5. Why is it t plus 5? Because if he is going at speed s, he is always reaching 5 minutes late. He should have reached on time, but he is taking 5 minutes extra to go to the office. So the total journey time is t plus 5. So the total distance is s into t plus 5. But this distance is also equal to 2 times s into t minus 5. Why is this the case? This is the case because if he is doubling the speed, he is going to the office 5 minutes early. He actually has t minutes, but he is reaching the office 5 minutes early. So the time that he actually travels is only t minus 5 and his speed is 2s. Both of this distance has to be the same. So s into t plus 5 is equal to 2s into t minus 5. You can cancel s on both sides. So t plus 5 is equal to 2t minus 10, or the value of t is equal to 15. So his usual journey time, his actual journey time is 15 minutes. Now the distance between his office and home is 7,200 meters. So if he has to reach the office exactly on time, he has to travel 7,200 meters in 15 minutes. So what should his speed be? His speed should be 7,200 divided by 15 minutes. So this is 15 into 60. So you can cancel all of them. This is 120. You can cancel this. 120 divided by 15 is 8. So he has to travel at a speed of 8 meter per second. So the answer for this question is option D. Let us look at the next question. Something is going on, guys. Just give me 1 minute. Guys, hundreds of people are watching the stream live. My request would be to like the stream so that when we get a lot of likes, it does two things. One, I actually feel more motivated. I feel like whatever work we are doing, it is actually being appreciated by a lot of people, which I know, even though it might look shallow, it motivates me to work more. So that is one reason I would want you to please do like the stream, because it motivates us to do more of these streams regularly. Secondly, there's a lot of people who are working on this stream. Many of my staff also work on it. Even on a Saturday, many of them have actually come to the office to actually work. It motivates even them when they see that, okay, this video has gotten so many views, so many likes. It motivates them also to do these kind of streams regularly. So I would really request you to please do like the stream. I think a lot of people have gotten this correct. Reddy is saying, sir, I am unable to solve LR sets where I feel a bit okay in DI sets. What I would tell you, Reddy, is focus on solving a lot of previous year's papers. That I think should be the first step. And the second thing should be Cracku daily targets. So anybody who is struggling with LRDI, I'll first explain what I would recommend you to do in LRDI. And after that, I'll explain this question. I think anybody who is struggling with LRDI, the one simple way in which you can improve in LRDI is two things. And I tell this in many of my streams. Solve the CAT previous year's papers. Why is this important? The CAT previous year's papers, especially the LRDI section, when you look at them, you will get an understanding of what are the type of sets that are asked. And if you try to solve them, even if you make some progress, you will gain confidence. You will know that, okay, whatever I'm doing actually makes sense. And you don't need to attempt all of them, or you don't need to get all of them correct. Even if you get some of them correct, you will feel more confident that, okay, I at least know how to answer the LRDI section. And you can download the CAT previous year's papers, the PDF, completely for free on the Cracku website. You have to just Google search Cracku CAT previous year's papers and you will get that page and you can download the PDF. And the PDF on our site is actually designed in a very intelligent way. After every LRDI question, you are given a button where if you click on it, you will be redirected to the solution page, the video solution page. So you can look at the video solution of the previous year's papers and then you can figure out where you went wrong or how you could have done it better. The second thing I would tell you to improve in LRDI is the Cracku daily targets. In the Cracku daily targets, we give one test in Quant, one test in verbal and one test in LRDI. And all of them have detailed video solutions. And these Cracku daily targets, they are taken by thousands of students every single day. I think the number of Cracku daily targets that were taken yesterday was I think more than 6,000 in just one single day. Just yesterday, the number of Cracku daily targets was more than 6,000. Every single day, the number of Cracku daily targets that are taken are around 6,000, 6,500. And that continues to increase as the exam comes closer. The Cracku daily targets are taken by thousands of students, and after the exam is over, many people actually tell me that the daily targets help them quite a lot. I do a lot of interviews with the toppers of the examination. And one thing that, and I always ask them, okay, what part of Cracku did you like? What part of Cracku did you not like? Just to get feedback from the students. And one thing that they always tell me that helped them quite a lot is the Cracku daily targets. I can't stress this enough. I think this will be the one single thing that will ensure that you are very consistent. And if you maintain that streak of 50 days, and if you're a Cracku student, you get a Cracku t-shirt. And many people actually put in a lot of effort to ensure that that streak is maintained, which also makes me feel very happy because we are doing something to ensure that people are working hard, students are working hard, and they are working hard and towards their own goals, which I think is a very good thing. So check out the Cracku daily targets also. That is another way you can improve your LRDIs. Let us now look at this particular question. In this particular question, we are given one expression. We are told that y is a real number and what is the minimum value of y plus 3 divided by y square plus 4y plus 12. Now in this kind of a question, if you are able to figure out some sort of a pattern, or if you figure out an intelligent way in which you can factorize this kind of an expression, you don't need to use the method that I'm going to show you. But the method that I'm going to show you will ensure that you will always get this kind of a question correct. It might be slightly lengthy, but you will definitely get it correct. Some of the ways, some of the expressions, you can maybe remove the numerator, maybe you can factorize the denominator into getting a perfect square. You can do something or the other and then intelligently try to figure out what is the minimum and maximum value. But the way I show it, and I couldn't find an intelligent way in which I can factorize either the numerator or denominator in this particular question. So I'm going to solve it using a way which will always work. It will just be slightly lengthy. So for that, let us assume that this y plus 3 divided by y square plus 4y plus 12 is a variable. Let us say it is equal to k. Now you cross multiply. If you cross multiply, you are going to get y square into k plus 4y into k plus 12k is equal to y plus 3. This is a quadratic expression in y. So let us try to accumulate all the terms of y together. So we are going to get k into y square plus y into 4k minus 1 plus 12k minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. And the roots of this quadratic equation are y. So how do we know that this quadratic equation has real roots? A quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This has real roots if the discriminant is greater than or equal to 0. What is the discriminant of this quadratic equation? It is b square minus 4ac. So b square minus 4ac should be greater than or equal to 0. In this particular case, the value of b is the coefficient of y. So 4k minus 1 whole square is greater than or equal to 4 times what is a? A is the coefficient of y square, which is k, into what is c? C is the constant term, which is 12k minus 3. So if you are simplifying this, you are going to get 16k square minus 8k plus 1 has to be greater than or equal to 48k square minus 12k. You can simplify this, you are going to get 32k square minus 4, I think this should be plus 4k, plus 4k this is 48k square minus 12k. I think I made some mistake somewhere, let me just check it out again. This is 4k minus 1. This is ky square plus 4yk plus 12k is equal to y plus 3. So ky square plus 4k minus 1 plus 12k minus 3 is equal to 0. The discriminant is 4k minus 1 whole square. This has to be greater than or equal to 4 times k into 12k minus 3. That is 48k square minus 12k. So this seems to be okay. But I made some mistake. Let me just check in the chat. Four k whole square is 16k square minus 8k plus 1. This seems to be fine. If anybody can figure out where I made a mistake, let me know, because this has to, because this is always true, right? I would think that this is always true. So there's some mistake here which I'm not able to figure out what exactly this is. Yeah, actually I think I figured it out. I think in the last step only I made a mistake. 48k square minus 16k square is 32k square. Let me remove this. I should take 16k square to the other side. So I think everything is fine till now. I hope you are not confused. So 48k square minus 16k square is 32k square. Minus 12k plus 8k is minus 4k. And this one, when it goes here, it will be minus 1. This has to be less than or equal to 0 because we are talking about this side. So this is the quadratic equation we are going to get, which is 32k square minus 4k minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. So that would be 32k square minus 8k plus 4k minus 1 has to be less than or equal to 0. You can factorize it. This is, you have to take 8k common between these two. So this is 8k plus 1 into 4k minus 1. This is less than or equal to 0. So the value of k has to lie between minus 1 by 8 and 1 by 4. So the minimum value that k can take is minus 1 by 8. Now whenever you are given this kind of an inequality, I know it is not really needed for this question, but suppose you are given an inequality which is of the form x minus a into x minus b is less than or equal to 0. Then x has to lie between a and b. Suppose x minus a into x minus b is greater than or equal to 0. then x will not lie between the two roots. If it is greater than or equal to 0, x is either less than a or x is greater than b. So less than or equal to, which is the case in this particular situation. So the value of k has to lie between both the roots. One of the roots is minus 1 by 8, the other root is 1 by 4. So the minimum value that k can take is minus 1 by 8, which is option B. Okay guys, let us look at the next question. I hope that you did not get confused with me. Okay, the next thing I wanted to say is many people ask us about the previous year's papers. Like I already mentioned, you can find the previous year's papers of all the CAT examination on the Cracku website. You will find it like this. If you want to take it in an exam format, you can just click over here and you can take it in an exam format, or you can just download a PDF. Now it is up to you. Some people like to download a PDF and solve one set of LRDA at one time. Some people want to take it as an examination to see how they have actually done in the exam. So to get this, you have to just Google search Cracku CAT previous year's papers. If you just Google search Cracku CAT previous year's papers, you will get the link. And we also have 3 free CAT mocks. All of them are in the latest pattern. Most of them are actually similar to what CAT 2024 was. And all of them have detailed video solutions. So you should definitely check it out. In addition to it, we also have very good videos on YouTube. One of the videos that I actually like, which we release every year, is the 100 Quant revision series, where I record 100 Quant questions and I first display the question and after that I solve the question. So you get 100 Quant questions with video solutions. All of them are available on our YouTube channel. You should check it out. You can also check out the revision videos that are there on Cracku, where Siley records the entire revision. So the entire portion of Quant, LRDA and verbal is covered in just one video. One video for Quant, one video for verbal and one video for LRDA. Both of them I think are very good. They are very popular on our YouTube channel. They are watched by lakhs of students. So if you're looking for any free material, I think this is the free material that Cracku is offering. You should definitely check it out. Let us look at the next question. Yeah, man, many people helped me in the chat, but for the earlier question, I can see it now, but earlier I was just not looking at the chat, so I couldn't use the help. But thanks a lot to all of them who tried to help me. We have close to 100 people who are watching the stream live, guys. Please do like the stream. I'll try to increase the zoom so that you can see it better. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat. Vinny S. Singh, sir, G, who would help me in the actual exam? You have to help yourself, Vinny. In the actual examination, you should be competent enough. You should increase your competence such that in the actual examination, you don't need anybody's help. Shivoham is saying, sir, please solve it by CAT standard solution. This is just too long and I'm not getting the correct answer by the factorization method. Differentiation and all I think is just not good, man. Don't look at differentiation. It will just make you even more confused. I think the method I told you is a pretty good method. It is not very long If you practice on your own, it should not take you more than 3 minutes to solve that question. It is unfortunate that I got stuck in that question, but otherwise it is not a very long method, and I think it is a standard method which I would definitely recommend. I would actually recommend you to not look at the differentiation and the calculus method because it is more complicated for CAT. You don't need to learn calculus or differentiation to solve these kind of questions. Somebody is saying, but sir, you are 100 percentiler. Yeah, man, even 100 percentilers make mistakes. Like in the earlier question, I made a mistake. Everybody is human. So there's nothing wrong in making mistakes. I think that is also an attitude I want students to have, where they should not be worried about taking mocks. If I can make a mistake in that kind of a question, everybody can make a mistake, right? So I would recommend you to take mocks so that you are not worried of the score. Even if you fail once or twice, it's okay. Chiray is saying, sir, I'm currently enrolled in the repeaters batch. I'm able to solve most questions of Quant, but take a long time. Need to improve speed, sir. What can I do? I would recommend you to solve more questions. Solve as many questions as you can. In general, what I would tell you is, if you're looking for a heuristic, if you're solving, say, 8 questions in a mock in the given time of 40 minutes, and you want to increase it to 9, then what I would tell you is, between the mocks, you have to solve, say, 100 questions. If you solve 100 questions between mocks, then instead of attempting 8 questions, you will attempt 9 questions. So that effort you have to put in within the mocks, between the mocks, then I think your speed will improve. Let us look at this one. What are the values of a for which the inequality is satisfied, which is a square minus modulus of a plus 3 plus a is greater than 0. Now, in this question, we have a modulus which is a plus 3. What is the inflection point of this modulus? The inflection point is when the modulus changes its sign, and the modulus will change its sign when a plus 3 is 0. So the inflection point is when a is equal to minus 3. So let us consider two cases. One case we will consider is a is less than minus 3. Another case is a is greater than minus 3. Let us consider both of these cases. When a is less than minus 3, modulus of a plus 3 is minus a minus 3. So this particular inequality becomes a square minus modulus of a plus 3 plus a, which is a square minus of minus, so this becomes plus a plus 3 plus a is greater than 0. So this is a square plus 2a plus 3 is greater than 0. What is the value of a square plus 2a plus 3? This is a plus 1 whole square plus 2 is greater than 0. So what is the value of a for which a plus 1 whole square plus 2 is greater than 0? This is a perfect square plus 2, so this is always true. It is always true for any value of a. So this inequality is always true whenever a is less than minus 3. What will happen when a is greater than minus 3? When a is greater than minus 3, say greater than or equal to, modulus of a plus 3 is equal to a plus 3. So the given inequality becomes a square minus a minus 3 plus a, that is the inequality, right? Yeah, is greater than 0. So we can cancel both of them, and we want a square minus 3 to be greater than 0. Like we discussed earlier, whenever you are having an inequality which is greater than a particular number, then this is a will be either less than minus square root of 3 or a is greater than square root of 3. Suppose you are told that x square is greater than, say, 9. Then x is either less than minus 3 or x is greater than 3. Suppose you are told that x square is less than 9. In that particular case, x will belong to minus 3 and 3. This is something that we have to look at. Anyway, in this particular case, we are told that a square minus 3 is greater than 0. So a is either less than minus square root of 3 or a is greater than 3. So now if you are looking at the scenario, if you are drawing a number line like this is minus 3, this is minus square root of 3, and this is plus square root of 3. When a is less than minus 3, it is this part, and it is always true. In the second part, it is true between when a is less than minus root 3. So even in this part, it is true. It is also true when a is greater than root 3. So it is also true in this part. The only part in which this inequality is not true is in this middle part. So the inequality is true when a is less than minus root 3 or greater than root 3, which is option D. Let us look at the next question. Naveen? Next ఏ బ్యానర్ చూడు నాకు బేసికల్లీ అది అయిపోయింది, అది సరిగ్గా లేదు, ఇక్కడ ఏదో ఆర్డర్ మారింది. నా బాధ ఏంటంటే ఈ యానివర్సరీ సేల్ గురించి చెప్దాం ఉంది నాకు. లేదు రాలేదు, యానివర్సరీ ఇప్పుడు గురించి ఎప్పటికో చెప్పలే. Okay guys, in the figure given below, C is the center of the circle and ABC are the areas of triangle PQR, square QTRC and circle respectively. Find the ratio of A, B and C. So first let us try to get an understanding of what are the lengths of all of these lines. Let us assume that the radius of this circle is R. So let me assume that this is R. Let me clear it out. So the radius is R, so CP will be R, CR will be R, CQ will be R. Now we know that this is 90 degrees. Why is this 90 degrees? This is 90 degrees because if you have a circle like this and if you draw a diameter, if you join two ends of the diameter to any part of the circumference, that angle will be 90 degrees. So if this is the diameter and you join it like this will be 90 degrees. If you join it like this will be 90 degrees. Any diameter, if you join both ends of the diameter to any part on the circumference, that will be 90 degrees. So once you know that this is 90 degrees, once you know that this is 90 degrees, you can calculate the values. So this, for example, will be r root 2. This will be r root 2. Now what are we required to calculate? We are required to calculate the area of triangle PQR. Area of triangle PQR can be calculated. This is the base of the triangle and this is the height. This is r. So PQR, let me use green only. PQR is half into 2r into r, which is equal to r square. That is the value of A. What is the value of B? It is the area of QTRC. Now this is a square in which one side is equal to r. So QTRC is also equal to r square. This is the value of B. Because this is a square where one side is equal to r, so its area will be r square. What is the area of the circle? That is C is equal to pi r square. Because the area of a circle is pi into r into r. So the ratio of A is to B is to C is 1 is to 1 is to pi, which is option D. Okay guys, what I would do now is, there are 3 questions left. I'll show each of the 3 questions. I want you to comment the answers for the 3 questions, the 13th question, 14th question and 15th question. Whoever gets all the 3 questions correct, the first, we'll actually pin that person's comment on the YouTube stream. And if you are having any doubts with respect to any of these questions, you can ask me below the video. I look at all of the comments, and especially now I want to see which of the students is actually going to get all the 3 questions correct. So let me show the first question. This is the first question. This involves coordinate geometry and it involves straight lines. Just take a look at this question. I will give you maybe around 30 seconds to see this question. I'll then go to the next question and then the next question. Now, I don't expect you to get this question correct within 30 seconds, but I want you to note down all the 3 questions and then you can answer it after the stream ends. Even after the stream ends, this will be uploaded live on YouTube, so you can look at it. This is the first question, guys. I am now going to the second question. Okay, before going to the second question, I wanted to talk about the Cracku daily targets. Like I mentioned earlier, Cracku daily targets are taken by thousands of students. I think this is one good way in which you can increase your consistency and regularity. Every day from Monday to Friday, we give 1 test in Quant, 1 test in Verbal and 1 test in LRDA. All of these tests have video solutions, and like I mentioned earlier, thousands of students take the Cracku daily targets. I would definitely recommend you to check it out. Let us now look at the next question. This is the next question. This is the 15th question. Note it down. I know that there is not a lot of time for you to actually solve it, but after the stream ends, I want you to come back to this and look at it. Okay guys, this is the last question. So these are the 3 questions I'm looking at. I want you guys to look at it and reply back to all the 3 questions. This is the 16th question. This is the 15th question. And this is the 14th question. Okay, wait. This is the 14th question. This is the 15th question. And this is the 16th question. These are the 3 questions I want you to answer. And finally, like I mentioned earlier, we are having a 11th anniversary sale. Our anniversary sale is starting on Tuesday. This is the 11th year we have started Cracku. We started Cracku on the 8th of July on 2014. We actually wanted to launch it on 7th of July, which would come as 7, 7 and 14. But we were not able to code the website on time. So we actually launched it on 8th of July, one day later. So we celebrate our anniversary sale every year on the 8th of July. So on that day and in the run up to that day, we are giving this offer of the 11th anniversary sale. We are giving discounts on all of our courses. If you have any doubts with respect to any of these courses, you can ask us. You can just send a mail to support@cracku.in. But more importantly, I'm looking for people to actually give me responses for these 3 questions. This is the 16th question. This is the 15th question. This is the 14th question. These are the 3 questions I wanted you to actually answer. I think the 13th question probably is not part of it. So I'll answer the 13th question. This is the 13th question. I'm actually giving you 3 minutes to solve it, and after that I'll solve it. But the 14th, 15th and 16th questions, I want students to answer and give their answers in the comments of this video after the 3 minutes. Sai Kiran Reddy is saying, sir, does Cracku offer dedicated online courses for OMAT similar to CAT? We support a lot of online courses. We give a lot of courses for OMATs. We have online courses for NMAT, CMAT, SNAP and XAT. All of them we have dedicated courses. We also have a course for MHCET. All of them we have dedicated courses, not just some support. We are giving pretty good support for all of these OMATs. That is XAT, SNAP, CMAT, NMAT and MHCET. So again, you can just send a mail to support@cracku.in to get details about any of these courses. Okay, the time is up. Let me try to answer this question. So in this question, we are given two sides of a square along the straight lines. 6x minus 8y is 15 and 4y minus 3x is 2. We are asked to calculate the area of the square. So whenever you are given two lines or two sides of a square, there are two chances. Either these are the two sides which are basically perpendicular to each other, or there are two sides which are parallel to each other. Now, how can we calculate when you are given two lines, whether they are perpendicular or parallel to each other? In coordinate geometry, you have to calculate the slope of the line. When you are given an equation of the line, you have to write it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. This m is the slope of the line. When two lines are perpendicular, if this slope is m1 and this slope is m2, if the lines are perpendicular, then their product m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. When two lines are parallel, then their slope is the same. If this is m, this also will be m. So for both of these lines, let us first calculate their slopes. In the first case, it is 6x minus 8y is equal to 15. So the slope is 6 by 8 because 8y is equal to 6x minus 15, or the value of y is 6 by 8, the value of the slope. In the second case, 4y minus 3x is equal to 2. Again, the value of the slope is 3 by 4 because obviously 6 by 8 is equal to 3 by 4. So here what we are told is that the two lines that are given to us are actually parallel lines. This is the situation that we are looking at. So we have one line like this and another line like this. Both of them are parallel to each other. To calculate the area of this square, we need to calculate the distance between them. If you are able to calculate the distance between them, calculating the area of the square is very easy. Now when you are given two lines, what is the distance between them? When you are given two lines, let us assume that the two parallel lines are, say, AX plus BY is equal to C1, and another one is AX plus BY is equal to C2. These are two parallel lines because their slope is the same. What is the distance between these two parallel lines? The distance between these two parallel lines is modulus of C2 minus C1 divided by square root of A square plus B square. In this particular case, if you write the first equation as 6x minus 8y is 15 and the other one as 6x minus 8y is equal to minus 4. We have 4y minus 3x is 2. I just multiplied 4y minus 3x is equal to 2 with minus 2. We just multiplied this equation so that I am getting it in the same form. One equation is 6x minus 8y is 15. Another equation is 6x minus 8y is minus 4. So the distance between them will be 15 minus 4, 15 minus of minus 4, divided by square root of 6 square plus 8 square. This is equal to 19 by 10, which is equal to 1.9. So the side of the square is 1.9. So the area of this square is 3.61 square units. This is equal to 1.9 whole square, which is 3.61. That is the answer for this question. This is the 13th question. Like I mentioned earlier, I am going to again show you the three questions, 14th, 15th and 16th. I'll show them quickly. You can also find them when the stream ends and we update it on YouTube. This is the 14th question. Take a look at it. This is the 15th question. Again, take a look at it. And this is the 16th question. Please do give the answers for these three questions in the comment after the stream ends. And like I mentioned earlier, we are having this mega offer on our CAT 2025 courses. This is for our 11th anniversary sale. Many people have congratulated us for the 11th anniversary sale. Thanks a lot, guys. This sale will be open till Tuesday, that is July 8th. If you are looking to enroll, please do enroll and you can get in touch with our support staff at support@cracku.in. Thanks guys for tuning in.